Hi guys, welcome to the ninth video of Module 8, and here we are going to evaluate the model on the test data. So over here we are going to test the model and then also understand the results that we have obtained. So let's get started. Now here is very important thing to note. Whenever you are having the unseen data or the test data, and if you're going to pass it to your model in order to get some predictions from it, it must first undergo the same pre-processing steps as the training data. For example, if I have used this kind of pre-processing where A means 1, B means 2, for example, right? In the test data, if I'm having A and B, I first need to convert that to 1 and 2, and only then I can do the prediction. So over here, we have already done this step for the test data above, so we don't need to repeat it. However, if you are having a new data to try out on our model, it must undergo the same scaling, and even if you remember the one hot encoding, it should go through the same process. We then use the predict on the model to get the output in terms of probability. Because the activation that we had used on the last layer was the softmax, so it gives you the probability for each and every class. So it uses the optimal weights and biases that it got during the training to make these predictions, and then all of these predictions will be in the format of probabilities. So let's see how is it going to work. So I'm getting the model dot predict, going to use the X test over here and run this code. And if you look into the predictions, these are the type of outputs that we are getting. The value that is the highest on that particular index, we are having 1. Everywhere else, we are having 0. So over here, we can see that this value is the highest. So this belongs to 100 category. Similarly, over here, if you notice, it belongs to, let's say, it's very much close. It will be very much difficult for me to identify it. However, to have a better insights at this, what I can do is I can do the inverse transform on this and get the output in terms of star and quasars and galaxies. So for that, I'll take the y-test class over here, use my ANC dot inverse transform, first of all on the y-test data, and then I'll use the exact same thing on the y-predict class. So I'll just cross check if it's y-predict. Yes, it is y-predict. I'll change this to y-predict, run this code. And if I look into the output over here now, so y-test class, the first two outputs are galaxies and quasars. Now, is it the same if I do it for the prediction? Answer is yes. So our predictions are happening really well. So that's the end of the video over here, guys. I hope you were able to see and make sense of the results that we have obtained on the test data. Now, to have even more sense on top of this, in the next video, I'll be showing you that how you can implement confusion matrix on top of this data. And then what are the conclusions that we can make on top of that. And lastly, I'll also be telling you some of the tips through which you can improve this particular output that we have obtained. So stay tuned for that.